Hi, my name is Stacey Schwartz and I'm an attorney at the Flammia Elder Law Firm. Here at the Flammia Elder Law Firm, we practice in a few different areas and probate is one of them. So I'm kind of going to give you an overview of probate. I'm speaking to you now towards the end of 2021 and the world has changed a lot in the last few years. So you might have lost a loved one, you might have a friend who lost a loved one, or you might have just been thinking about, well, what happens when you're gone? What is probate? What does that mean? So hopefully I can answer a few of your questions in this video. And then we're gonna have a chain of other videos that explain, well, what is the probate process? But first off, what is probate? Well, probate is the actual legal process of administering a person's will. So administering their estate when they're gone. A big misconception that I often hear is just because you had a will or you have a loved one who passed away, everything happens automatically, and that really is not the case. Quite frankly, most things do not happen automatically, and when someone passes away, the probate process is the legal process of closing out the accounts, dealing with taxes, everything that falls under the legal side of things. So let's say you have a loved one who passed away and you don't even know where to start or what to do. One of the first things you should do is try and sit down and see, what did they have when they passed away? Did they own a house? Who did they own the house with? Did they have bank accounts? Whose names are on the bank accounts? Their retirement accounts, life insurance policies, all of that plays into probate. And what it comes down to really is the person who passed away, did they have anything titled in only their name without a beneficiary? So any joint accounts passed to the joint owner, any accounts with a beneficiary listed, the beneficiaries get those accounts. But where probate really comes into play is if there's a checking account with no joint owner, no beneficiary, the account has to go through probate. Let's say there's a house titled in only the decedent's name, the house has to go through probate. So unfortunately, with today's times, we've been seeing a lot of cases where loved ones haven't really gotten their affairs in order. So maybe you're the loved one on the side of things now, you're trying to figure everything out. So probate is really where you're probably gonna have to go. So you sit down, you go through all the accounts, all the assets, and you think, I think I need a probate. Well, there's a few different types. A summary administration is for an estate worth less than $75,000, or if the decedent has been gone for more than 2 years. And I'm gonna note, I am in Florida right now, so anything that I talk about is Florida law specific, and every state does things a little bit differently. But for a summary administration, that's what we like to call maybe a small estate. A formal administration is for an estate with more than $75,000. And that is where a personal representative is formally appointed. So up north, I have a lot of clients who've ended up moving from New York, where in New York, the personal representative is the executor. It's the same thing, just in Florida, we call it the personal representative. So with a formal administration, the personal representative is formally appointed, and this is the person who can act in the shoes of the decedent. They can talk to companies. I can't tell you how many times I've spoken to clients and they've said, my loved one passed away, I tried to call the bank, but the bank won't tell me anything. Well, that's because legally, the bank has no legal authority to talk to you. What they're asking for is a personal representative to be appointed, allowing them to legally speak on the decedent's behalf. So in that formal administration, the personal representative is appointed and they can really just handle the affairs, close everything out, deal with family members. There's a lot that goes into it. It's a whole area of law. If everyone gets along well, then it's not really the worst thing in the world. You just have to follow the right steps. Also, if everyone gets along, you might not even have to go in front of a judge. So it's really a good idea, to get your affairs in order. So if there is a probate, everything happens according to your plans. But if you don't have a will, Florida law takes over and says who inherits. So I highly recommend, if you have any questions, please reach out, let us know. I'm happy to help with any of your probate needs. And if you stay tuned for the next set of videos, we'll kind of go through the probate process and tell you how it works.